Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's edition of IARF 5-Minute Focus, discussions with leaders in disability services. I am IARF President CEO Josh Evans, and we have the honor of being joined today by the Executive Director of the Sertoma Center, Gus Vandenbrink. Gus, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So Gus, as you know, we do with these videos, it's a great opportunity for viewers to learn more about the organization, incredible work the organization is doing in your communities. And then we also want to provide some time to talk about how the legislature, what their involvement is and what their role is in terms of helping to advance the mission. And so could you spend a couple minutes just talking about, what is it that Sertoma does in the communities you serve?
Well, Sertoma Center has been serving people with disabilities for 50 years. We started in 1971. Our first services were what we called sheltered workshops. It was programming and work services, giving gainful employment to individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. We very quickly grew over the years, and today we actually serve over 1,500 individuals any given year, and we serve individuals that are in the south end of the city of Chicago and the south and southwest suburban area. Our programs range now from, again, we do work services, we do day programming for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, community employment, residential services, and we also serve people with the primary diagnosis of a severe mental illness, something we started later on, maybe halfway through our 50 years, and have grown a lot in the last several years just because of the great need for people who do have a mental illness. And we're not talking about people who just maybe need to go to their doctor or something. We're talking about people who have severe and persistent mental illness, who have a struggle working, living independently. One of the, I guess, more exciting things we've been doing is working with the Department of Mental Health and moving people out of nursing homes that have mental illness, and very successful at transitioning individuals with mental illness into living in their own apartments and learning how to live on their own and manage their mental illness and stay in recovery so that they can continue to live independently. So we've been doing a lot of different things. We're excited about serving our community. And really our goal is to see that individuals with disabilities can as fully work and live in their community as possible. That's our vision. It's going to be a mission that we're going to have to do for maybe forever, because there's always going to be challenges in everybody's lives and individuals' lives in particular. So that's kind of in a nutshell what we do here at Sertoma, and we're very proud of it. We have a board and staff that are very committed to it. And COVID and all of the recent things that are happening in our lives have certainly thrown many roadblocks and challenges. But with the support, obviously, of the state, federal government, we've been able to survive through it all.
1,500 individuals, I think you mentioned, right, Gus? That
Yes.
Sertoma serves. I mean, that is, that is a lot of lives, a lot of family members and friends. That is a lot of dispersal of interpersonal contacts throughout the south side of Chicago, and that's absolutely incredible. And thank you so much for sharing the work that you guys are doing on recovery and ensuring individuals with serious mental illness have access to the community and can thrive in the community. Because I think what you said is really what it's all about, is ensuring opportunity and the American dream, even for all Illinoisans. You got into it a little bit and an exceptional job of doing it. But one of the things that I know sometimes I run into, and maybe others, when we talk about, what we do as organizations, it's important to kind of go a little bit into, why what an organization like Sertoma and similarly situated organizations, why they're important to ensuring healthy communities. And why healthy communities means different things to different people. But could you talk a little bit, in terms of the range of services that Sertoma provides? Why is it what you guys do is crucial to keeping the communities that you serve healthy?
Well, like I said, and it isn't just people with disabilities. Really, our goal in society is that all individuals live and fully participate in their communities and work and recreation, whatever part of life you want to be invested in. So all of our services, we do recreation services, we do life skill training, we do employment. We do a lot of work in counseling and, as I mentioned, recovery, helping people with mental illness stay in recovery. All of those things are helping individuals to be able to do that. I think it's really important we're doing these things because that's what everyone in our society wants. You can tell that by the laws that have been passed, the Olmstead Act, just the ADA Act. There's just a focus that we want in America for everyone to have an equal opportunity to be able to live and work in their communities. So everything that we do, all of those programs and services and the lives we touch, the families we touch, are basically based on that principle. And I think it's one of the most important things we can do because unless your life, and a majority of Americans aren't touched directly by a person with a mental illness or an intellectual and developmental disability, we're all trying to make our own way. And we're focusing on helping those individuals who really have the biggest challenges, the biggest hurdles to overcome to do that, and help them to be those participants and be equal members of society. So that's what motivates me and all of us here at Sertoma, is that we're making life better for a segment of the population and really making it better for everybody by doing that.
Guess there's so much that goes into it, what you described, but it is in essence that simple in terms of how you describe the mission, in terms of enabling opportunity, creating opportunity. And I think that's incredibly important. And every time I hear this described, it is a good reminder to us and our team in terms of how what our role is to try to help your organizations serve and support individuals and families. So Gus, as you know, as a longtime leader in disability services, there is a direct relationship with how you're able to serve and support individuals and families to the appropriations of the funding that the state of Illinois gets in the budget from the General Assembly. Our General Assembly is in town. We're going to, hopefully by the end of May, they need to wrap up finalizing a budget for next year for fiscal year 22. Could you talk a little bit about what you think the General Assembly needs to do to help advance the work of your organization?
We've made a lot of progress over the last 15, 20 years. There's a lot more services out there. I think one of the big things that they need to understand is that with all of the tight budgets of Illinois, with all of the holding of funding, Medicaid rates being held for years and years, that we do not have enough resources to do the things that they're asking us to do. And I say asking us to do because the departments, the state agencies are asking us to do it. I believe the citizens of Illinois want us to do it, but really we're being starved to death to be able to do it well and to provide quality services. So I would say they need to look seriously at funding us and maybe look back at what our funding levels were compared to income or cost of living 15 years ago compared to today, because we have been starved for resources. And we need like the Guidehouse study for IDD waiver services to be implemented. We need the Medicaid waiver rates for mental health services to be looked at and to be put at realistic levels so that we can hire the good staff that we need, that we really are in a totally non-competitive position to hire from other private employers and hospitals and insurance companies. We need the resources to be able to get the people power to do the job we need. So that would probably be one of the biggest things. And the other would be is to try to look at, or I don't know if this is really the legislator's role, but help us to manage with the state agencies the rules and regulations, because that's another area. It's unfunded mandates, as you know, we call them. And every time another rule, another document, checking another website for employment history or something for employees, those all add cost to what we do, but we never see any help to pay for those added staff time to do all those activities. So just managing the paperwork and the rules and regs and streamlining things would also be very helpful.
Yes, directly and comprehensively spoken to in terms of what needs to be done to help Sertoma and all similarly situated organizations across the state. A very clear message to legislators watching this and the public, as well as our partners in the state agencies. I would be remiss if I didn't say not just thank you for joining us today, but thank you for your leadership within this organization, your tenure as a board member. It's greatly appreciated. You're one of our proudest leaders in disability services. It's great to know you and great to have you as a part of our organization, and for your team members that also contribute a lot of valuable time and insight into the association and the broader field of disability and behavioral health services. So Gus, thank you for joining us today.
Thank
And
you for having me again, and thank you for all your work, and we'll keep up working with all of the providers and the associations to really, work to move forward the services for people with disabilities.
sounds great. Thanks, Gus. Hope you have a good day.
You too. Thank you.